It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. And it's 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog
Hey,
Ship. This is What's the Buzz, America's Best Podcast. And tonight, a brand new show. That's bullshit. It's time to unload our minds of all of that bullshit. Tonight, I want you to meet a couple of friends of mine. I've known them for a very long time. But before we do that, I got to acknowledge the pain in the ass herself, Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I want to bring you up to speed, Amelia. This is, of course, our friend Ricky Style. Ricky is here with a friend of mine. Actually, I've known him longer than Ricky. This is Stretch Joe Kwiatkowski. We call him Stretch. Call him Stretch because he's about 9 feet tall. And a hell of a guitar player. And tonight we bring you That's Bullshit with Ricky and Stretch. Gentlemen, how the hell are you?
we're
Doing good.
We're good.
How you doing, Angelo?
I am absolutely wonderful. I didn't know if the show was going to get off the ground the night we were having some technical problems.
We had a few difficulties, but you know what? Hey,
We get through it.
It happens.
We
Yeah.
always work through it. We
Mhm.
sometimes by the skin of our teeth, but we get there. So
we get there.
I want everybody to meet you guys. I want to take a couple of moments tonight and introduce you to your new public. Rico, we've had you on a couple shows, and so people know a little bit about you. But do me a favor, just
Sure.
for the newcomers here, tell everybody a little bit about your background in music and entertainment.
Stretch and myself, we came up together, same neighborhood. Played music. We played music, got together for a million years. We're currently doing a few projects. This and that. We're still in the game. In other words, we're still in the game. We write, we produce. We're all around musicians.
And Joe, my friend Stretch. This is, by the way, this is Pastor Steve's uncle. That's a scary thought, folks. This is Pastor Steve's uncle. So listen, Stretch, tell everybody about your sordid career in music. You've had a long career in music, brother.
Yeah, it's been long.
For like 40 years, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, I started out on guitar when I was 9 years old in 1969. By 1976, I started playing with a group called the Ebonies. They were out of Camden. They had 2 #1 hits on the air at that time. From there, I went into South Soul Orchestra. We had like a 3-year contract with South Soul Orchestra.
You worked
By
for
1980
my friend Vince Montana.
Correct.
Yeah.
I
Vince
knew Vince
Montana.
very, very well.
Yeah.
Miss him a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, over the years, I played with so many acts: Billy Paul, Harold Melvin.
Oh God, yeah.
The list goes on and on. Dorothy Moore, Al Jarreau. I mean, just to name a few. We can go all night.
Well, yeah. I want to tell you what, and if you guys get the pattern here, Stretch and his brother Steve, you guys traveled the world, man. The two of you guys traveled the world playing.
We started traveling in 1977. I actually retired from traveling in 2007. So
Wow.
it was a long haul.
Yeah, sure the hell was. Sure was.
Yeah.
Now you guys played a lot of R&B, soul, a lot of jazz. You're a hell of a jazz guitarist as well. I've heard you play.
We grew up on R&B.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing people might be surprised to know is that Joe Stretch Kwiatkowski is one hell of a Jimi Hendrix tribute.
Yeah, we used to do a Hendrix tribute. Actually, we were one of the first ones to actually do a Hendrix tribute.
Not only that, Stretch, you're absolutely right. You were one of the first, and you were the first white guy to do a Jimmy tribute.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And people don't know that. You were the first white guy to do a Jimi Hendrix tribute.
Yeah.
And if people have never heard you play, bro, I'm going to tell you, play the record and listen to Stretch, and you tell me who's who. Okay?
Right.
Tell me who's who. So, listen, you guys, I came to you with this cockamamie idea that actually took off like a little crazy here. I said, why don't you guys just come on the air and vent? And we'll call it That's Bullshit.
I really like the name.
Right?
Yeah, I do too. I love it. We'll call it That's Bullshit. So I want to start you off. I'll give you your first subject, and then the rest is all on you. I have to tell you, my mind is still reeling. I'm trying to wrap my head around this debate. Okay? So
Are we going to be graded for this?
For people who don't know what don't make me laugh, Ricky. For those people who don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at this.
A whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star. What are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat. This is the guy who says Hitler's done some good things.
Let's turn to concerns that voters have about each of you.
This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent.
I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way, and I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards.
President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's it. Anyway, I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. And
his handicap is that he's a fucking moron, okay?
Yeah, who cares about his handicap? Who cares?
He is handicapped.
He's a fucking moron.
Who gives a shit about his
I want
handicap?
people to understand what we're talking about. We're talking about the sitting president of the United States of America, the most powerful office on planet Earth, along with the guy who was the sitting president of the United States. 2 guys pissing at each other. Basically, It was a pissing contest.
It was a cat fight, is what it was.
Who had a better golf game? Are you fucking kidding me?
Who gives a flying fuck?
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's what I want. Roll. Go with it. Roll.
Go for it.
Well, I look at it this way. It's not putting any money in my pocket. Whoever wins the fucking game of golf, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, look, bring something to the table that's going to help the American people. I don't give a shit about their golf game. I don't care anything about anything, but put something on the table for the middle class, for people who don't have shit. We don't have any goddamn thing. Everything, like the song that Stretch and I wrote, everything is being taken away from us. Okay, everything.
Yep. And I'm glad you brought that up, Ricky, because people are going to hear that song tonight. We're going to premiere it. This is the national premiere of Hey You, What About Our Own? You're going to hear it tonight. It was written and recorded by Ricky and Stretch did the instrumentation. Ricky, you did the lyrics and some of the music, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're going to hear that tonight. So, Stretch, what's your take on all of this? I'm assuming that you're a Trump guy.
Well, you're assuming wrong. I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Biden guy.
Oh, all right.
No, I'm not. I don't vote. There's no one to vote for.
Really? Neither do I, brother.
When you put your faith in another man, you got a problem. You got to put your faith in God. not another man.
Absolutely.
No matter who runs this country, or no matter who runs the world, okay, man cannot govern man, and that's the problem that we're having in our society today.
I got to disagree.
But you got to have someone running the country.
You have to have some figurehead, some powerhead at the top. And we don't need to be governed. First of all, we are the government. Okay, these fuckers work for us. We don't work for them. Okay, with the one in Dalton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How come they're not fucking being charged with all these fucking crimes that they're taking money out of the people's pockets? So we do need a figurehead up, but we need somebody that we can rely upon.
I mean, if you want my opinion, Trump is the better of the two evils.
Right, the better of the two evils. Exactly.
I mean,
you know,
as far as I can tell.
I was hoping one of you guys would say that, because really, essentially, this election, first of all, it's the first time in American history that either party did not have more than one candidate. And here's the reason why. Nobody wants to run for office anymore.
Yeah, think about that.
Think about that.
That's crazy.
The last election, Joe, the last election we had, there were 17 people on the Democratic side and 22 people on the Republican side. You know how many there are now? Fucking zero. None. Nobody's running.
Are you sure it's not because of intimidation?
That should tell you everything you need to know.
You know.
But the
I'm
problem
thinking people are falling off because,
as you said, Ricky, and as Joe said, somebody has to run the country.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to be accountable. Let's put it that way. And I don't see. I'm with you. I'm with you, Stretch. I don't see anybody coming to the rescue.
Yeah, that's sad. It's sad. You know, that really, there's nobody to vote for. And I don't know. There's a big thing going on about, you know, what is it? Total clemency or clemency for a president now.
Yeah,
it's almost like they're turning him into a king. Okay,
yeah.
It's almost being like England.
It's everything, Stretch. It's everything this country was founded against. The people who came here from England, they shed off tyranny. They shed off the monarchy. They didn't want to be ruled by a king. But guess what? The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Well, they're getting ready. I do believe they're getting ready to try to push that through. So let's say if Donald Trump wins and they push that through,
it's not going to.
That means that his family would be able to run the United States for generations to come. It'll just pass way down like they do. You know, the monarchy.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. First of all,
they're talking about it.
I don't think Trump is going to get in. You have too many. You have that laughing fucking hyena, Kamala. she's a clown. First of all, she's a fucking clown.
You're going to hear from her tonight too.
Let her come to my fucking apartment. I'll tell her to her fucking face. Really?
You're going to hear from Kamala Harris tonight. By the
She's
way,
not putting anything in my pockets. She's taking out of my fucking pockets, man. Look, I'm going through a bunch of shit right now.
They call her
that was Montel Williams' former girlfriend, wasn't it?
Yeah, the scary foot.
That was Montel's woman.
She's a heartbeat away from the presidency. I want people to understand that. She is a heartbeat away from the presidency. And
she's a slip and fall away is what she is.
Yeah.
If I just slip one more fucking time And all they got to do is throw a banana peel out there, and he's done.
I want to show you guys a little something. I want you to comment on this.
I told you it's not happy to play golf if you carry on.
President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it, but I did, like this much.
And those who he coddles up to, from Kim Jong-un, he sends love letters to, and Putin, etc., they don't want to screw around with us.
What the fuck did he just say?
Who knows?
Does anybody know what he said?
Who knows?
He went way off the rocker.
Talking about. Okay, listen.
Way
Not to cut you off. Back in the 60s, okay? We come up in the 60s. Angelo, you come up in the 60s. We all come up. We're all from the freaking city, right? Here's my point. When we weathered the riots in Camden, we weathered the riots. Every riot in Camden we went through. We may have been kids, but we still weathered the riots. Let me tell you this. When they rioted back then, it was for a meaning. These fuckers out here today, if you watch the first version of the time tunnel, I'm talking about the very, very first version of the time tunnel, where he goes all the way into the future, about 25,000 years into the future, and they all have blonde hair and blue eyes, and they're all sitting around. When he goes into the library, he says, finally, I can read a book. When he goes to grab the book, it disintegrates. Everything in the fucking library disintegrates. And these jerks, these blonde-haired jerks, are sitting out here waiting for these fuckers to come up from the ground and eat them. Okay?
Exactly.
Here's where our intelligence is going right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
People are waiting for the zombie apocalypse.
That's it.
Oh, that's already here. You've seen Kensington Avenue.
Oh, brother. I'm glad
Let me tell you, those drugs are coming in from China. China's destroying us from inside out.
I'm glad you said that, Stretch, because now would be a great time for people to take a look at Kensington Avenue. By way of, hey, you, what about our own? I want to premiere, ladies and gentlemen, a song that Ricky and Stretch co-wrote and performed. This is the world premiere of Hey You, What About Our Own?
Hey you, do you need a place to stay? Well, tell your friends and family to come on up my way. Wouldn't trade it so much better than a home that's on the streets, where veterans are pushed aside and have no place to sleep. There's a piece of land where I was born, it's called the USA, where all my rights are being torn more and more each day. Well, come on through, they promise you that you can call it home, while all I do is sweat and sweat just to hold my own. Hey you, do you need a place to hide? Well, come on in, yeah, come on in. The gates are open wide. If you're on the run, you can grab a gun and blend in with the crowd, where all is good in the neighborhood except for you and I, where freebies are for everyone and nothing left for me. And I question till my mind goes numb if I was ever free. Please don't get me wrong, my friends. All I'm trying to say is to do it right. Please do it right before you come my way. What about our own? What about the cold and hungry? What about our homeless on the streets? What about our children? What about the elderly? What about our nation's families? Do you need a place to stay? Well, tell your friends and family to come on up my way, where you're treated so much better than a homeless on the streets, where veterans are pushed aside and have no place to sleep. Hey you, do you need a place to hide? Well, come on in, yeah, come on in. The gates are open wide. If you're on the run, you can grab a gun and blend in with the crowd, where all is good in the neighborhood, except for you and I. Hey you, do you need a place to stay? Well, tell your friends and family to come on up my way. Wouldn't treat it so much better than a homeless on the streets, where veterans are pushed aside and have no place to sleep. There's a piece of land where I was born, it's called the USA, where all my rights are being torn more and more each day. Well, come on through, they promise you that you can call it home, while all I do is sweat and sweat just to hold my own.
That was good point that you said. You need to run.
Hey you, do you need a place to hide? Well, come on in, yeah, come on in. The gates are open wide. If you're on the run, you can grab a gun and blend in with the crowd, where all is good in the neighborhood, except for you and I, where freedoms are for everyone and nothing left for me. And I question till my mind goes numb if I was ever free. Please don't get me wrong, my friends. All I'm trying to say is to do it right, please do it right before you come my way. What about our own? What about the cold and hungry? What about our homeless on the streets? What about our children? What about the elderly? What about our nation's families?
You're asleep. There's no more structure. Yeah? Couple blocks from the L, man.
Hey you, do you need a place to stay? Well, tell your friends and family to come on up my way, where you're treated so much better than a homeless on the streets, where veterans are pushed aside and have no place to sleep. Hey you, do you need a place to hide? Well, come on in, yeah, come on in. The gates are open wide. If you're on the run, you can grab a gun and blend in with the crowd, where all is good in the neighborhood, except for you and I, except for you and I, except for you and I.
Jess wanted to start a business when something surprising happened.
Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet.
she started crocheting, like a lot. And her friends noticed.
Jess, you need to sell those.
So she signed up for Shopify and started building her business.
Yes, I love that.
And after a lot of hard work, this happened.
Oh my gosh, I just made my first sale!
You see, every day, hundreds of businesses get their first sale on Shopify.
We got ding!
And the next could be you. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life
And become your own boss.
build it on Shopify.
We are back with America's Best Podcast. This is On the Record, and tonight, bullshit. That bullshit with Ricky and Stretch. So,
Real bullshit.
gentlemen, that's a hell of a song.
Yes,
I gotta
great
ask
song.
you, Stretch, since you're the music guy behind, where did the melody come from? Where'd you get that tune?
Well, actually, the melody come off of what Rick was singing. Actually, it's basically that song is a basic country turnaround.
It's a basic turnaround.
It's a basic country turnaround. It doesn't get any more basic than that and country sounding like that.
When I wrote the lyrics,
it's country, all right.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why we did it in that manner.
Yes, please.
Because what we were looking to do was, we went around the block about 1,000 times with different melodies. And one day I said, wait, Stretch, I think we have the melody here. And I hummed the melody and he just picked up the guitar and went along with it. And that's how we came up with the song. But we did it country style because we didn't want anybody to actually see who was singing it until the very end. And then they'd look up and they'd say, hey, there's a Puerto Rican singing this shit. Which I'm not, but everybody thinks I'm Hispanic. I'm Italian and Native American and Mexican. So we just wanted to put the shock value to the song, thinking that it would be somebody from down south singing it when it's people right from the city.
Right from the city.
I'll give you some
area.
shock value. I'll give you some shock value,
Right.
Ricky and Stretch. Amelia is full-blooded Mexican. She's the whitest Mexican I know.
I am 100% Mexican, yes.
So here's the deal then. The whole idea, by the way, it was a pleasure to put that video together. It was a great pleasure to do that. And thank you for trusting with your it was and like I said before, it was a labor of love for me.
All right.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think the reason I liked it so much is because country music identifies with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, even R&B, rock and roll, it's all inspired by country in some way, right?
Yeah.
And I think the idea of having that happy, bouncy tune with some really tragic images sets the tone for what's happening in America. We're being told this love story, but people are dying on the streets of Kensington and Philadelphia.
Yeah. That's going on all over the country, and it's sad. When when we were coming up, if you got caught with a marijuana roach, a butt in the car, just a butt of a marijuana joint, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Today it's open market. It's open market.
Yeah.
I said to my daughter the other day, I never thought I would see the day when you could walk into a store and buy grass.
Yeah.
Like literally go into a store and say, give me I want 3 ounces of that, give me 2 ounces of that, and walk out with a bag of pot.
Yeah.
And there's all kind of strains of pot.
Yeah.
And guess what? Angelo and anybody that's dibbled and dabbled in drugs, to me, marijuana was always a gateway drug.
It sure was.
Again,
I got news for you.
I got to disagree.
Hey, well, everybody that I know coming up that smoked pot,
I got to disagree.
done acid, done cocaine. Some of them even went as far as to do heroin.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a gateway drug, because if you experiment with anything, a person that experiments with drugs, let's face it, they always want to get higher or
True.
see what level they can go to.
I would not disagree with that.
As far as our government go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would not disagree with that. I would say, however, while I agree with you, I do believe it's still that gateway. It's that open door drug. The only thing I would say in defense of it is it's a lot safer now than it used to be when we were growing up. Because
you don't have to worry about going on the corner and getting your head blown off for buying a nickel bag of pot.
Well, not
That's
only that,
one.
Ricky, but you didn't know what the dealers were putting in that shit when you were buying it.
That's very true.
You know.
But here's my thing, not to cut you off.
No,
but
please go for it. It's your show.
Here's the thing. Stretch and I, look, we know people from here to the moon. Okay, we've been around, so we're two musicians. We've been around so many people, it's not even funny. Back in the day, when we were playing music, I never did a drug in my life. I never even smoked pot. Never. What I did was I started out heavy duty and then went down the pot. Okay. I started out with the cocaine, and don't get me wrong. Look, I was a weekend warrior. Okay, it was the 80s. Everybody said, "Look, I had a shop, and my shop, I had a female partner, and there were all kind of women around me, day and night. I had women, whatever, and they're the ones that turned me on the coke." Okay, and after a while, I said, "You know what? This shit is so good. I'm going to stop."
Yeah.
Then I ran into another girl who turns me on the fucking pot. I was afraid to smoke pot. But my point is, I really don't think pot is a gateway as everybody says it is, because I started out strong and came down soft. So
Can I tell you guys?
Different folks for different folks.
Can I tell you guys what the greatest gateway drug in the world is? Alcohol. Alcohol.
Alcohol. Yep.
Well, yeah, alcohol.
Amelia, you've been too quiet. I got to bring you in here. What's your take on all this?
No, I totally agree, because unfortunately on my mom's side of the family, I come from a long line of drunks, basically. That's all they want.
A lot of drinkers?
Yeah, a lot of drinkers.
Okay.
And on my dad's side of the family, they'll drink, but they haven't done anything, no drug or anything like that, until now. My son, he has a medical card where he has to get the marijuana.
Right.
But when I went to the store and I saw these people buying this, I was like, this. I was like, oh my God, I had never seen such a thing.
What did you think of that video? Because you're into the country music.
I loved it. It was nice to beat to and everything. And congrats on the video itself, Angela. You did a fantastic job as always.
Thank you.
You did.
The lyrics and
they did
the
the hard work.
The lyrics.
They did the hard work. My job was easy.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I applaud all of you.
Thank you. Here's what I'd like to do with that, Angelo.
Great music. Rick.
If we could find where Trump is rallying,
right?
I would like to perform that song in front of his constituents or his followers. I would like to perform that.
That's a good idea. Yes.
That's a hell of an idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get Stretch together, get me together, and just get a DJ and just perform it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Stretch, where do you stand politically? What is your concern politically for the future of the country? We're coming into an election year, and everybody's got an opinion about something. I'm sure, living the way, you and Ricky and myself have, because we're all basically the same age. We have similar life experiences. What is your concern for the future?
My concern for the future of this country would be that other countries don't look at us like we're some kind of weak nation, which the other countries know we got the strongest military complex on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to governing, it's like we're all over the place with like it's really crazy. But the future of this country, I really don't know where the future of this country is going. We have to bring jobs back to America. Number one, we have to we got to concentrate on our own. We spend trillions and trillions of dollars overseas. We got people starving in this country.
Hey, what about our own?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
what it's about.
And I really don't see it as far as prices of everything. I don't ever see that going back down. As long as I lived, I've seen prices go up, but I've never seen them go back down.
Food prices right now are at an all-time world high.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're looking at least, and as I got to say it, you know, since Biden's administration, food prices, everything's up across the board by around 35% across the board, and we're talking everything.
I want to give you guys some information. This is absolutely true, and I want both of you to venture an opinion on it. I'll start with Ricky, and then Stretch, you take over. This is absolutely true. You both know who Bill Gates is. One of the richest men in the world, okay? Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft.
He shits money.
These words actually came out of his mouth. Listen to this. He said, until we can build a cow, I'm quoting directly, until we can build a cow that does not defecate or flatulate. In other words, that doesn't shit or poop or fart.
Right.
Oh my.
We will never we will never solve the world global crisis for carbon emissions. Unquote.
Wow.
Okay.
He said, I swear to you, he said it, and I can prove it. I got the video.
Do you want my rebuttal on that?
Yes, please. Yes, sir.
And Bill Gates can kiss a cow's ass. Number one. Okay.
Yeah.
Number two, it's like this. With all the money that he's got, that Oprah Winfrey's got, that The Rock has, that every superstar in this fucking world, in the United States alone, they could stop this problem overnight. There would be no starving child walking the earth. Every child would have a pair of fucking shoes. So Bill Gates can kiss my fucking ass. And let me tell you why. He's got too much fucking money, and he shouldn't be spewing his fucking mouth up, because I don't give a fuck how smart he thinks he is. There is no such thing as global fucking warming. It's not happening. Look, the earth has been belching for years.
Yeah.
And the earth has been taking a shit through fucking volcanoes, through this, through that. Natural fucking disasters has been happening for years. There's no way you can take the cows off the face of the fucking earth. It ain't gonna happen.
I gotta say kudos to Rico Style. Kudos, because Bill Gates is a fucking moron. Here's the problem, Stretch. He's got all dollars and no cents.
There you go.
Yep. That's true.
He's got all dollars and no cents. Those words came out of his mouth, guys.
So he's actually thinking that because of a cow's natural shit that that's causing the gases. No, it's man's manufacturing.
Thank you.
You know, the plants and all that.
Yeah.
That, you know, it's been going on for years. But Mother Earth is giving it back to us now.
Well, it's like he said, the Earth has been belching and farting for millennia.
Absolutely.
Since the beginning of time. If you look at the Big Bang Theory, which I honestly I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory. Okay, but just saying, if it was the Big Bang Theory, That was a shit show. They collided and we got this perfect Earth. Listen, the Earth is going to be this way long before we are gone. And for these fuckers that protest oil and plastic, the clothes that they wear is made out of fucking oil. The fucking car that they drive, the very cell phone that they're using is made out of fucking plastic. You're not going to get away from it. Ever. The water the smart water. What the fuck happened to just drinking regular water? Oh, I'm smart now because I drank a fucking bottle of smart water, which is in a plastic container.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Here's the best part.
Smart water. Get the fuck out of here.
Show you how stupid. I want to show you how stupid people are, especially rich people in New Jersey, as in 41 other states. Thank God, there were 9 states that were smart enough to see through the bullshit. In the state of New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, it is illegal. It is illegal. It's against the law for a store owner to give you a plastic bag. But you can walk out of the store with all the meat, soda, water you want, all in plastic.
In plastic. Yes. Good point. Great point.
Tell me, what part of this am I not getting? Okay, please just tell me.
Angelo, that's an excellent. I didn't even think of that. That's right. They're not going to give you a plastic bag, but every item that you buy is wrapped in plastic.
It's wrapped in fucking plastic, Ricky.
Cardboard box.
And isn't that something that if you don't have a bag, they'll sell you one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were coming up. We didn't have plastic bags. Everything was paper.
Paper bags, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
They were paper bags. When you walked out of the A&P or ShopRite or whatever, those bags were paper.
These dudes are going to protest everything. Everything coming down the fucking pipe. They are going to, they wake up and say, what did we protest today? Darn it. Get the fuck out of here.
I want to play. I want to play another clip here.
I get emotional.
No, there you go. This is fantastic.
Don't ever be sorry on this show. That's why you're here.
Yeah,
you're here to vent.
Yeah,
you're
this is
here
your
to
show.
Unload. That's why we put this show together. Because every now and then, even Amelia and I do our own little bullshit session on our show.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the Gestapo coming to my house tonight and sticking a fucking grenade up my ass.
Yeah, probably so.
Right? Take a look at this, guys. Watch.
There are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. It's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Okay. I want people to hear this because you just heard from Joe Biden that the National Border Patrol Union supported him. He lied on a debate in front of the world. And this is directly from the United States National Border Patrol Union. They said, and I quote, "To be clear, we never have and never will endorse Biden," unquote.
Yeah.
Right there. Now, gentlemen, you got to take a look at this. Amelia sent this to me. It's very interesting. Tell me what you notice.
I think I just heard someone tell Biden what to say. Hold on. Just rewinded it.
Because the people
right
understand it.
Let's see what your numbers are when this election is over. Let's see. You're a whiner. When you lost.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
What did he say?
Hold on. I'm going to rewind this one more time.
I couldn't hear him.
I swear to God, I heard someone say something. I'm going to.
We'll have another one of these in a week. But I will absolutely, there's nothing I'd rather do. It would be much easier for me to do that then I'm running again. I wasn't really going to run until I saw the horrible job he did.
Right here.
Oh
He's
yeah.
destroying our
Okay. Yeah.
country. I would be very
Yeah.
happy to be someplace else in a nice
Someone is
location
telling him what
someplace.
to say.
And again, no indictments,
Yeah.
no political opponent stuff, because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up my numbers and driven them up to a very high level
sure
because
has.
the people understand it.
Okay.
Let's see what your numbers are when this election is over. Let's see. You're a whiner. When you lost the
Oh
first time,
my
you see
God.
you appealed to the
I heard that,
people
dude.
across the country.
Someone's
Yeah.
telling him what to say.
Yeah. He's got a little earpiece behind his ear, and so
Did you hear what we heard?
exactly telling him what to say.
Somebody was feeding
Yeah.
him info.
Mhm.
What is your
Mhm.
take on that, guys?
You know, if it's not a teleprompter that he's reading and it says, end of quote or whatever, you know, he's a puppet. He's worse than a puppet.
All they got to do is somebody got to put a hand up his ass and make his mouth move.
He's worse than a puppet, and his wife, Jill, Dr. Biden, you see, look, it's elder abuse.
It really
She's the one
is.
propping him up. He can't walk up a flight of steps, and they talk about Trump because Trump was on a slippery slope one day, and he took his time walking, and CNN made this big fucking deal out of it when they didn't say anything about Trump falling up the same fucking flight of steps 5 times.
Yeah, right.
Okay?
Exactly.
His wife, Jill Biden, had to take him off the fucking podium, one little 5-inch step. And then she says, "You did it, Joe. You did it. Give him a fucking cookie."
Yeah, he's in.
Give him a fucking star. We used to get stars in the first grade when we did good. You got a star, Ricky. Shove that star up your fucking ass.
You guys are. One of the things that I love about you guys is that you are conspiracy kooks like we are. And so take a look at this clip.
Turn around and get off this stage. No, not the baby. Not the baby. Mr. President, not the baby. Someone go get him. I'm on it. Someone, please. Please follow me, Mr. President. Good. This one. Whew. That was a close one. My God, he's just getting worse.
I'm gonna.
Did you see what Barack Obama had to do?
Yeah, had to lead him out.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's some bullshit there, man.
Yeah.
That's a scary proposition where Joe Biden had to be let out by Barack Obama. By the way, Barack Obama's been running this country since 2012, just so everybody knows.
Yes.
Yeah. I got to agree. I have to agree with that.
Except for the 4 years that Donald Trump was president. And I'm a Trump guy, and I'll tell you, but I am a Trump guy with qualifications. I agree with the Stretch Kwiatkowski school of thought. He is the lesser of two evils, but he's the better lesser of two evils.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean,
there's no doubt.
Yeah, there's no questionable doubt in my mind. Things were a lot better when he was in office.
Yeah.
The economy was better.
Sure.
The thing of it is, he was going against the status quo.
Yeah.
Of how everybody else runs the country and how we do business with other countries. And he was looking at bad deals, like the deal we had with China. He was like, oh, wait a minute. We got to pay you 25% to bring your product into our country?
Sure.
Nah, we got to switch that around. He's a good businessman, that you know. And
let me ask you a question. I've never asked you this. I'm going to ask you this question. Do you believe this country elects people, or do you believe that people who serve that office are pre-chosen?
Yeah, well, Do you want my honest opinion? They're pre-chosen.
Yeah.
Your vote doesn't mean anything. Your vote does. That's why I stopped voting years ago. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
I'm going to ask Amelia. I'm going to ask Amelia Stretch to share with you her personal story. Amelia, tell Joe what Florida did to you.
Well, let's see. I went to go get my ID renewed and everything, and they gave me a card, and then they sent me another card. I'm able to vote Republican, and I'm able to vote Democrat. I got 2 cards.
Are you hearing this?
Wow.
She's registered as a Republican
and a Democrat.
And a Democrat in the same county.
In the same county.
Wow.
They gave her 2 voter
Well, talking about freedom of choice.
Yeah, and Angelo has the proof of that.
And I put them on the air.
Yeah.
I put them on the air to show people she's not making this up.
No. So that's total fraud. That's total fraud.
It's double dipping is what it is.
You have to go back.
It's double dipping. That's what it is.
Exactly.
You have the same state, Ricky.
Yes.
Think about this, Rick. Think about this, Joe. It's the same state that voted that George W. Bush should be president. By the way, his brother was the governor of that state at the time.
Okay.
His brother's girlfriend was the Secretary of State.
Well,
Tell me the fix wasn't in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what does DeSantis have to say about all of this?
He doesn't know anything about
That's
that.
a good question, Neil. Does the voter registration office know you got 2?
No, but I'll give it back whatever card that I don't want, which is the Democrat
That
card.
makes no
I don't want
sense at
that
all.
one.
No, you know why? Because something's going to raise a red flag.
Yeah, but one thing my governor did do, and I thank him for that, which I don't like. I hate this. You can ask Angelo. I do not like our governor.
Yeah, she don't like Ron DeSantis.
He did ban us having a factory built to grow lab-grown meat.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I got to get you guys on board here. I told you earlier in the show that who's this? Angel Hall, off topic. Okay, I don't know who this guy is. You're banned from my studio, whoever the hell you are. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't know who that was. Kamala Harris, cackling Kamala, they call her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not a stitch of brains in her head. Chosen to be Joe Biden's vice president. At the time.
Come on, let's face it. They done that just to get the black vote, man.
Come on. I mean,
that's what that's all about.
That's
no question in my mind. You're absolutely right. What they didn't count on was Joe's mental state deteriorating at a rapid rate.
Right.
Yeah.
God forbid, like Ricky said, she's one slip and fall from the Oval Office. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Check this out, guys.
With you a very simple story, which is that I went home one day and I said, well, why are conservatives bad, Mommy? Because I thought we were supposed to conserve things. I couldn't reconcile it. Now I can.
Largely given up any pretense of trying to be funny and turned into yet another leftist propaganda outfit. But out of nowhere, they surprised everyone by putting together this hilarious compilation of Kamala Harris and the fictional Vice President, Selena Myers. So let's take a minute now and marvel at a US comedy program that has managed to produce comedy.
My fellow Americans, words have many meanings, and sometimes instead of conveying our meaning, they can suggest other meanings.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are the children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because...
She actually said that, folks. Hold on.
That is absolutely horrible.
Oh, my gosh.
She actually said, when we talk about the children of the community, we're talking about the children
of the community.
Oh, Give me a fucking break. Watch this.
And we are states. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Whatever we have in store cannot be known. The past was once the future. The future is, I should say, unknown.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
Obesity is a serious disease, and it needs to be taken seriously.
You need to get to go, and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work.
I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I can't take any more.
What? What?
Wasn't she rivals with Biden some time ago? Didn't she call him racist? What happened?
She called him a racist to his face in a
Right, and what
presidential debate 8 years ago.
Yeah, they were rivals, and now she's his Ed McMahon. She's his Ed McMahon. He's the, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's politics. They all sleep in the same bed together.
I was just going to say.
I strongly believe that, and it goes for world leaders too.
Well, you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas.
So that's how I say that shit.
I said to my wife the other day, you ever heard the expression "politics makes strange bedfellows"? Well, you're watching it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're watching it unfold, man. It's sad. It's sad.
I'll tell you what, fellas. I have one more commercial break to do for the end of this from our friends at Pepsi. Watch.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
We are at the end of episode 1 of That's Bullshit. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you guys an A+ for tonight. You know, you're on your game. You were prepared. You knew the subjects. You knew everything you wanted to talk about. And the next one, you are going to have Amelia as your producer. She will be with you the entire time. I just wanted to be here for the first show.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are going to be with Amelia next week, just the two of you. I'll tell you what, though, I think it went really, my opinion, I think it went well. I love the music video. Great song.
Thank you for putting
Yeah, I was going to say the guy that put that video together did okay.
I made Angela take the next Wednesday off.
You did a hell of a job, Angela.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Amelia, what's coming up? What do we got coming up?
Oh, we have Rick Sapphire actually coming on the show. He is the author of Jerry. He was the manager of Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis's personal manager, Rick Sapphire, will be here Monday and Tuesday.
2 nights.
And we have a very special guest joining us is actor Eddie Deason. You saw him in the Polar Express as the bratty kid, and you saw him in Grease as Eugene, and he's been in 100 other films. Eddie Deason will be my special guest co-host for that show, and Amelia will also be here too. God help us. What else we got coming up, Mel?
Well, and then of course we have Wednesday night, which you won't be here because I made you take that day off. We're gonna have another episode
My
of It's
birthday.
Bullshit. That's right.
Yeah, I won't be here because it's my birthday, and I won't be here because it's not my show. It's Rick and Stretch's show.
Uh-huh.
Happy birthday to you, Angelo.
Thank you, brother. Thank
Yeah.
you.
How old are you going to be now, Ange?
65.
What?
65.
Wow. Yeah, you're about a year older than me. Yeah.
Scary thought, ain't it?
Hey, you know what? We weathered the storm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you and I are the same age, Ricky. We're a year or so apart, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're around the same age.
You know, I think Stretch. You and I are the same age. Or you're older than I.
I'm 64.
Oh, so you're in the same ballpark. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Of course, we're a bunch of old guys. Okay, sitting around chewing the fat most of the time.
Well, hey. We got a lot of fat to chew.
Yeah, no shit, right? Brother, I got news for you. I would love for the three of us one night, not maybe a couple of weeks down the road. I would love for the three of us just to sit around and talk about our beginnings in the music business.
Oh my God, there's a whole lot to talk.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that.
There's a whole lot to talk about.
That would be like a 2-3 hour show.
The music round table or something.
We might have to, we might have to do like a round table on that one. I'll tell you what, Amelia, when we do that show,
yes, absolutely,
I will hook up with Ricky and Stretch and meet them down at Steve's house, and we could sit around and have sit around and have that conversation in person, all of us.
That would be really nice. Yes, definitely.
I'll leave her ass in the studio.
He's so nice to me, isn't he?
Hey, be nice to your producer.
Exactly. Well, listen, guys, been a hell of a show tonight. On behalf of Joe Stretch Kwiatkowski, Ricky, Rico Style, and Amanda, God help me, the Pitbull
Amanda.
Amanda.
Who's Amanda?
I mean Amelia. I did that before I called you Amanda.
Who's got Amanda on his mind?
I'm telling you, I got some friggin' brain fart with some chick named Amanda who I don't know. Amelia.
Right?
Didn't I call you Amanda Johnson once?
I think so. I
did.
So.
On the first time you were here, I called you Amanda Johnson.
Yeah, I was like, my parents live on Johnson Street, but
and I think that's that's
probably where you got it from.
Listen, did you like your new intro? That's how we're going out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bullshit.
I like that.
And check this out. We're going to go out the same way we came in.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that is the bullshit.
God bless you. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll see you Monday with Rick Sapphire. Take it there, folks. Watch it.